FDI approval SOP latest news. India has introduced a new standard operating procedure, SOP, to streamline foreign direct investment, FDI, approvals, mandating that proposals be processed within 12 weeks. The initiative comes months after the easing of investment restrictions on neighboring countries and aims to accelerate FDI inflows into priority sectors. India's new FDI approval SOP, faster and more transparent clearances. Objective of the new framework, the reforms aim to create a more efficient and investor-friendly FDI approval system while maintaining strict scrutiny in sectors linked to national security and critical infrastructure. Time-bound approval process. Under the new SOP, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, BIT, will circulate FDI proposals to concerned ministries, the Reserve Bank of India, the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the Ministry of External Affairs within 2 days. These agencies are expected to provide their comments within 8 weeks. Additional scrutiny for sensitive cases. For proposals recommended for rejection or requiring extra conditions, BIT will get an additional 2 weeks for review. Overall, the process aims to complete approvals in nearly 12 weeks through a structured and time-bound mechanism. Shift towards a digital and transparent system. The SOP seeks to reduce duplication, improve coordination among agencies, and create a fully digital approval framework. Experts believe this will strengthen ease of doing business and boost investor confidence through greater transparency and predictability. Relaxation for increased foreign equity. Under the new SOP, prior government approval will not be required for increasing foreign equity up to 5,000 Indian rupees crore, provided the approved percentage of foreign or NRI ownership remains unchanged. Companies only need to notify the competent authority within 30 days after receiving funds and allotting shares. Dedicated monitoring mechanism. To ensure faster processing and better coordination, each ministry will establish a dedicated FDI cell headed by a nodal officer of at least joint secretary rank. Additionally, the BIT secretary will hold regular review meetings every 4 to 6 weeks to monitor pending proposals. Security clearance for sensitive sectors. Certain strategic sectors will continue to require security clearance from the Ministry of Home Affairs. These include broadcasting, telecommunications, space, defense, civil aviation, private security agencies, mining and processing of titanium-bearing minerals and ores. Challenges and the way forward. While the reforms are expected to speed up approvals, security checks, and interagency scrutiny will continue to keep compliance requirements rigorous. Analysts argue that India must further simplify regulations and reduce business costs to attract high-quality long-term investments, particularly in manufacturing and advanced sectors. India's investment climate, concerns over weak FDI flows. India witnessed net FDI outflows for the 6th consecutive month in January 2026. Gross FDI inflows declined sharply to an 11-month low, reflecting weakening investor sentiment and reduced capital inflows into the country. After accounting for repatriation by foreign firms and overseas investments by Indian companies, India recorded a net outflow of capital during the month. Impact on the Indian rupee. Weak FDI inflows, considered a stable source of foreign capital, have contributed to pressure on the Indian rupee. The currency depreciated sharply amid uncertainty over the India-US trade agreement and rising global risk aversion triggered by the West Asia conflict. Global factors and emerging market risks. The ongoing geopolitical tensions in West Asia have increased investor preference for safer assets, reducing flows into emerging markets like India. This has adversely affected both capital inflows and currency stability. Global competition for FDI, India's SOP amid changing investment trends. India's new FDI approval framework comes at a time of intense global competition for foreign investments amid geopolitical uncertainty, energy disruptions, tariff-related trade slowdowns, and weaker global growth. Developing economies have been particularly affected by these challenges. ASEAN and China streamlining approvals. Several Asian economies have introduced faster and more investor-friendly approval systems. Vietnam offers investment registration within 15 days. Malaysia processes fast-track applications in 3 days. Thailand clears certain proposals within 60 to 90 days. China's non-automatic approvals generally take 15 to 30 days. Global FDI trends. According to a UN Trade and Development report, global FDI flows rose by 14% in 2025 to about $1.6 trillion. However, the gains were uneven. Developed economies saw a 43% rise in inflows. Developing economies experienced a 2% decline. This reflects growing investor preference for relatively stable advanced economies during uncertain times. Implications for India. The global investment environment is becoming increasingly competitive, pushing India to accelerate reforms, simplify procedures, and strengthen investor confidence to remain an attractive destination for long-term capital.